So a couple weeks ago, I was watching WatchMojo's top 20 hardest bosses in gaming video. And the entire time I'm watching, I'm just over here thinking to myself, man, this list makes zero sense. Difficulty is subjective, I know, but come on. Some of these placements are just what? I am so tired of seeing Sword-Stained Shin on top of all these lists. My god. Guys, I swear he isn't that bad. His multiple phases are intimidating, I know, but all he needs is a bit of patience. Patience alone won't do jack squat with the ones we're talking about today though. Because after watching that video, I said, screw it, I'm making my own list. So I present to you my top 10 hardest bosses in gaming. I'm sticking to JRPGs though, because that's kind of what I do here. Some of these games you guys might not consider to be JRPGs, but I do, so please just go with it. I get comments like that all the time. Like WatchMojo though, I'm only going to include one boss entry per game just to keep things interesting. Also, if a game happens to have multiple difficulty levels, just know I'm only considering the highest difficulty possible. It's only fair because I consider that to be them at their best. I also believe that in a video game, there is no such thing as fighting fair. If the game gives me access to a cheese method and I happen to discover it, I'm using that method. As such, any boss that's easily cheesable, whether that involves hours and hours of preparation or just chucking eggs at the boss's face, they don't count. This list is very much personal because I, of course, have not played every single video game under the sun as much as I would like to. But if you enjoy videos like this and want to see more, make sure you subscribe to support the channel and comment what you believe the hardest bosses in gaming are. And with that, let's begin. Number 10. Specter of Twilight, Tokyo Xanadu EX+. Falcom games don't normally come to mind when we think difficulty, but holy crap can this game be brutal. Most notably during the game's, or one of the game's final boss fights, because this game ends like 4 separate times, I swear. This thing's got a lot of names: Specter of Twilight, Greed, XXX, sounding like a 12-year-old's Discord username, Vesper Umbra, whatever the fuck that means. Screw it, I'm calling him Specty. He looks like a Specty. Not only is Specty hard as balls, you gotta deal with his creepy-ass voice the entire time too. His moveset isn't that hard to pin down. What makes him so hard though is that we basically gotta do this fight somewhat flawlessly. Cause if he so much as bumps into you as he's wiggling around his blank ass arms all over the place, that's it, you die. One hit KO. And if we lose, we gotta restart all the way from phase 1. He's got like 4 separate phases, by the way. And poor Specty loses his legs at some point somewhere in there. There is no fighting fair here, by the way. Pause the game, use all the bullshit items you've saved up all game. This is it. This is what you've been saving them up for. This is a really cool fight because it's one of those that force you to use all your party members in battle, and you get to assign each of them to all the different phases. Leaving your overpowered characters for the later phases is a good call to make here. I was stuck on this guy for around 3 hours, but eventually it felt like I had an actual anime moment in real life, which is very fitting because this is as anime as we're gonna get. I got so close to winning that I just started dodging everything flawlessly, even though I've never made it this far into the fight before. Very fun boss fight, this one, way more fun than most of the other ones on this list. It's challenging, but very much doable, hence its number 10 spot on this list. Number 9. Erlang, the Sacred Divinity, Black Myth Wukong.
From the sky, my sword sweeps the land!
Don't look at me like that. Yes, this is a Souls-like. Souls games are Japanese RPGs, therefore Black Myth Wukong is a JRPG. If there was a term to describe non-Western RPGs, I'd use that instead, but right now that'll make for a pretty shitty channel name. Anyway, this asshole, I made my disdain for him pretty clear on this channel before, but once again, here, this was my reaction to finally beating him. Oh, fuck. Erlang is Sword-Stained Shin's wet dream. Multiple weapons, all with different dodge timings, some of which feel completely fucking random. And why not? Why not just bust out a random goddamn axe slam in the middle of his combos that sends a massive unblockable shockwave? Who's stopping him? There are no rules in this game. You're supposed to jump over these, but ain't no way I'm doing that when I'm in the middle of dodging combos. There's no time. This is one of those bosses that get progressively more and more desperate the longer the fight goes on, and by the end you barely have time to breathe. All you can do really is get singular attacks in every now and then. Try to dodge most of his never-ending attacks because you're gonna end up tanking a lot of them whether you like it or not, and just pray to God that he goes down before you do.
I think it is a worthy fight.
Number 8. Elizabeth, Persona 3 Reload.
Don't worry, I'm not as fragile as I look. Try to kill me, if you can. Playing my attack card.
Now, it's no secret that Persona 3 Reload, the remake of the beloved Persona 3, my favorite game of all time, back on the PlayStation 2, is a comparatively much easier game. In fact, they simplified the combat to such a degree that it becomes somewhat comical. That holds true for all the bosses in this game, save for one, Elizabeth, the deadly elevator attendant, who you can no longer cheese in this version of the game. I'm gonna say it right now, I hate this fight. It is not fun. If you're planning on fighting Elizabeth, you need 3 things. Hours and hours of team building, constant trial and error, and a lot of luck. And I don't mean the stat. Oh, and a calculator. You're gonna need a calculator for this one. Yes, I'm serious. Because the only way you're going to be able to figure out what you're supposed to be doing at any point in time in this fight is if you know the exact total damage you've dealt to Elizabeth thus far. This is the kind of fight that has hidden rules in place, and if you break any of said rules, she just kills you. It's complete bullshit. Oh, you got a persona that reflects physical? Not anymore, you don't. Oh, you spent 1 too many turns and I'm still not dead yet? I'm getting bored. Here, hold this. Of course, you have no way of knowing any of this shit without trial and error. And the fight goes on forever and she still manages to pull some bullshit till her last breath. Most notably, once she's at less than half health, which remember, you would only know if you kept track, the game expects you to tank her 9,999 damaging last hit with a separate persona that's got the Endure passive, all the while having just enough Theurgy juice to cast Armageddon to finish her off once and for all. If even a single thing falls out of place, yeah, have fun replaying the last hour. Persona 3 is a masterpiece, whichever version you decide to play, but save yourself the torture and don't fight Elizabeth.
And now, I give you the grand finale. I bring you Megidora.
Number 7. Freya, Star Ocean Till the End of Time. That's right, the only thing more frightening than an elevator attendant. A little girl. You know a boss in an action game is hard when I have to force the game to being turn-based just to stand a chance. Literally, Star Ocean is an action RPG to its core, very reminiscent of the more popular Tales of series. But this boss fight felt so unwinnable that I had to put all my party members on manual control and very strategically and methodically control them one at a time, otherwise they'll all charge headfirst into death. I'm gonna need a blackboard to explain this one. Okay, so here's the entire arena, here's our party members' starting positions, here's the boss, and here's her massive fucking hitbox. Now, if I'm fighting her the normal way, she'll just nuke all of us at once. So again, what I did was switch each character to manual control, position each of them at the very edges of the map, and only attack with the character Freya is currently targeting. So I have to go, okay, pause. She's targeting Fate now, switching to Fate. Cast 1 air raid, now back the fuck off. Okay, pause again. She's targeting Nell this time. Time to stun her ass with the Divine Wing. Oops, got a bit too close and one of us died. Time to pause again and stun her ass with a stun grenade that's in the shape of a toy duck. Video games are weird, I know. And quickly revive everyone so I don't have to replay the last hour of doing this. And yes, I do mean hour. On the highest difficulty, Freya's got 60 million HP. Yeah, you're gonna be here a while. This fight also needs hours upon hours of preparation. That includes grinding, item synthesis, all that stuff. Still, it was really fun figuring this boss out. So unlike Elizabeth, I can actually recommend you try this one out.
Energy! No! No!
Number 6. Nameless Figure. Kingdom Hearts Birth by Sleep. I gotta say, as hard as this boss is, I think I got a pretty good chance of beating him first try if you hand me a controller right now. That is, if I'm playing as anybody who isn't Terra. Yeah, so you get to play as 3 characters in this game, and this boss clearly wasn't made for one of them. Aqua's got invincibility frames for days with her cartwheels, so the nameless figure can't do shit to her. And Ventus is relatively quick on his feet, so it's much easier to dodge the never-ending barrages. Then we got Terra. Poor, slow and dumb as a rock ass Terra. There's no way we can cheese this boss as Terra. No, we gotta dodge everything with pinpoint precision, which, I mean, do you see this? If you're not a Kingdom Hearts player and are wondering how we're not dying after all this, it's the skill once more that ensures we remain at 1 HP after tanking a combo. It's very much a necessity in this fight. If he attacks you again while at 1 HP, then you die. So if he starts slicing and dicing and you're caught up in it, remain calm and don't touch the controller. Just wait for him to finish, then run away and heal. Not always easy to do, so best not to get hit in the first place, which is also not easy to do. On top of shadow cloning, this guy can teleport, make you drop all your skills, and summon meteors that cover the entire arena. And just when you think, well, at least it can't get any worse, this motherfucker turns invisible. I can't even lock onto him anymore. What is this horse shit? Well, at least the music's bopping. Too bad I can't hear it, what with all these. Best way to go about this boss is just to think to yourself, yeah, I'm not winning. Not anytime soon. So might as well just enjoy the struggle. Trust me, this mindset will save you a ton of brain cells. Number 5. True Masakado. Shin Megami Tensei 5 Vengeance.
The moment you stepped before, you sealed your own fate.
Shin Megami Tensei 5 Vengeance is very generous, or sadistic rather, depending on how you look at it, with the amount of super bosses it offers. You get a big snake guy, the god of nuclear dance, SMT3 guy, as well as big man Satan himself. But if you fought all of these guys and are for some reason still thinking, no, I want more pain, well, for all you masochists out there, that includes me as well, by the way, out comes this asshole. The strategy with True Masakado is to sacrifice every bit of offense for maximum defense, because the amount of damage he deals is so ridiculous, it goes well over my maximum HP. So instead of using my big skill bar for big damage, I instead use it for the unique skill Shield of God, which reduces all damage received by like 90%. That way I can comfortably lay down the very slow smackdown, because he's also got a massive health bar too. But of course, I only had access to Shield of God every other turn. So once every 2 turns, I just had to pray I make it out alive. Did I mention that he gets to act 8 times in a row every single turn, by the way? Technically 16 times if he criticals every single time, which he does. This guy is the crit connoisseur. Just know, if he attacks you and doesn't get a critical, that's God passing mercy upon us mortals. Getting Demi-Fiend helps here. He can halve Masakado's press turns in half. But still, 4 press turns is more than any self-respecting boss ought to have. I want you to see just how, even when I beat him, I was teetering on the edge of death. All my demons were dead, my DPS ran out of MP, which I didn't notice fast enough, so I had to reverse my strategy, put everything on the line on this final turn, sacrifice all defenses for every bit of offense, and that worked, somehow. Just know, if that last attack missed, my PS5 would be in pieces right now. You want to know what's worse? You don't even get anything from beating him. Literally nothing. Not even a trophy. What was all my pain for, Atlas? So yeah, don't fight through Masakado. I wouldn't wish this boss fight on my worst enemy.
Like a moonwalk, pale and fleeting.
Number 4. Promised Consort Radahn, Elden Ring.
To and my promised consort, Radahn.
FromSoft's really outdone themselves with this guy. Souls bosses always expect you to learn as you die, respawn, and die over and over again until you get the hang of it and eventually succeed. But see, the problem is Radahn makes me want to die in real life. And as far as I'm aware, I have no way of respawning in real life unless I ask God really nicely, I guess. Brother, are you seeing this shit? Look me in the eye and tell me that attack was avoidable. I tell you how I managed to beat this boss, but truth is, I don't know. Sure, I made some changes to my strategy every now and then, not like made a fucking difference. I will say sorcery is definitely the way to go here. That's all I can offer in terms of advice. The first half is manageable, but the second half, dear God help me. I'd also like to explain his moveset, but that I also do not know. I swear, he busts out a new attack every couple of seconds. But with every attack, he always makes sure he sends some bullshit light beams with every swing of his swords that deal damage to me even when I'm blocking. Isn't that just lovely? Isn't this just a grand old time? Kill me right this second. I shudder at the thought of what From Software's future games entail. This already is too much. I'd very much like it if they toned down the bullshit from now on. Sword Saint Ishin was good enough. I believe that was an acceptable degree of difficulty, where sure it was challenging, but still fun. Radahn, on the other hand, can eat shit and die. I don't care if he was a victim. Mikkel can eat shit and die too.
Lord of the Old Order, let us go together.
Number 3. Peltatum, Freedom Wars. Just looking at this thing is reopening old wounds. I've rarely ever cried playing a video game before. Normally sad stuff just gives me that feeling like I just swallowed an entire ice tray. But after finally beating this flying piece of tin can, I just broke down and started bawling tears of joy. I was stuck on this part for weeks on end, and I was just so glad I finally got past it. This is the kind of boss that's cheap in all the wrong ways. Undodgeable attacks from all directions, ridiculous speed and damage output, and no invincibility frames for you as far as the eye can see. I swear, 80% of the time spent fighting this boss is just me getting stun locked from all the shit going on screen. Not only do I have to make sure I don't die too many times, I also have to revive my teammates whenever they die so they don't leave the fight permanently. But I can barely run 2 seconds without another one of these stupid chains stun locking me. Who playtested this thing? And on top of that, we have to play this on the PS Vita of all things. Do you see this crack over here? Care to guess when that happened? What's even more crazy is after beating him, I started doing some post-game missions, and one of them has us fight 2 Peltatums at the same time. Who the fuck makes this game? Needless to say, I shut the game off and never played it again. And no, I'm not buying the remaster. No thank you, I don't need any more trauma.
Critical damage sustained. Commencing temporary shutdown.
Number 2. Demi-Fiend, Digital Devil Saga. That's right, the same guy who helped me take down entry number 5 on this list has his own bullshit to dish out. Now, as for these last two entries on this list, I'll admit, I never managed to beat them. I've tried time and time again, only to be left as a broken husk of a man every single time. I don't think they designed this boss fight with the intent of making it winnable. It's just a massive middle finger to players who got a little too curious. And yet somehow, somewhere, 16 years ago, somebody managed to beat it and upload it to YouTube as 6 separate parts because this fight goes on forever. To beat Demi-Fiend, you need to grind, grind, and grind. And after maxing out all your stats from all that grinding, maybe you'll be able to beat him. That's right, hours upon hours of grinding, just to maybe kinda stand a chance. And this is exactly why I stopped trying. The fight really is just about you getting lucky. You just have to wait until they get a bad turn for once, where they miss an attack or fail to inflict an ailment or something, and then you get to deal damage for once. Otherwise, the entire time you're just healing and praying the AoE instant kill attack doesn't land on everybody all at once. As for me, I've had it up to here with this bullshit. I have to live with the fact that there is a JRPG super boss out there that I just couldn't beat. And I refuse to accept that. So I put the disc back where it belongs and chucked it into the deepest depths of my closet. If I can't see the game, it doesn't exist. It's still a masterpiece of game though. Please play it if you haven't yet. Just avoid this boss fight. And finally, number 1, Yozora, Kingdom Hearts 3.
Got this. You're done. Got this.
Square Enix, come here, son. I want to know the name of the sick, twisted fuck responsible for making this abomination. I just want to talk, I swear. I'm sure there's some streamer out there who managed to beat Yozora with only a fucking dance pad of all things, but I am not that guy. As painful as it is to admit, yes, I am not him in this context.
You're not that guy, pal. Trust me. You're not that guy.
Apparently, Kingdom Hearts 3 super bosses were made with the intention of making players cry, and well, they got what they wanted.
I hate this fight so much, guys. I hate it. I don't know if I can beat it. I don't want to do this anymore. Give up, guys. I'm so fucking tired. I'm so exhausted doing this. I don't know if I can beat this guy.
Yozora is challenging all the way through, sure. But I fought him so many times that I did actually manage to learn all of his basic moves to the point where I can actually deal with him just fine without even taking any damage. That is, until he decides to pull this bullshit. This big ass series of attacks that go on and on, it's just impossible to learn or predict in any way. Especially this part where they expect you to dodge his completely frantic slashes, all the while avoiding the center of the arena that's slowly pulling you into certain death. And this isn't me playing in the footage you're seeing, by the way. I don't know how many days people spend on this fight to be able to do it this perfectly, but I do know that I'm not willing to do the same. So yeah, Yozora and Demi-Fiend will forever have to haunt me as being the 2 JRPG super bosses that I could sadly never ever beat, and will never beat. Because as a wise woman once said, ain't nobody got time for that. There we go, my top 10 hardest bosses in JRPG history. I hope you enjoy my trauma dumping, and thanks for watching. Let me know who you think the hardest bosses in gaming are, and why not subscribe for more gaming content just like this. You'll be helping me out a lot. So that's it from me. See ya.